You should make a lower low. That was a pretty bearish candle close. If it doesn't, I do hope it gets to that higher high. Yeah, no, I'm not entering it. Price action sucks. I think you should make a lower low at some point. I'm really hoping that it can bounce, take out, break this trend line to the upside, get back to here. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, here comes the lower low. I wonder if it's gonna show. I'm thinking it's gonna short squeeze before it gets new low of day. That's what I'm thinking. Not willing to chase it regardless of what happens, but that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Good morning, Brian. By the way, for all you guys that are joining in the YouTube, these not gonna go over the back testing right now, but I'm not gonna be trading the second hour live futures anymore. I don't know what time I'm gonna do yet, but it's not gonna be this time. I'm thinking we bounce before low of day, Brian, but I am bearish for new low of day. Like I am definitely bearish. Just not really willing to enter, especially during this time frame. You know, I may take a trade, I may not. We'll have to see. That is bearish. I do expect a bounce though. I'd like to see a bounce before new low of day. But I think you might not do it. I mean, this is the next pivot down here, and it just barely missed it, and that's when the demand breaks as well. So this is my bearish price target. You need a big bounce. I don't know how big of a bounce you're going to get, dude. NQ is hunting for this pivot here. Very bearish on NQ to get to this pivot. Very, very, very bearish for that. I do actually really like ES Long. Not gonna lie. I do like it a lot. Longs are not a bad trade here at all. Really like them. I gotta wait for this candle to close though. But if you just snipe the bottom, that was a solid reversal candle on NQ with a nice buying wick. ES is stronger. Technically, the PT is all the way up here. I'm not really thinking it gets all the way up there though. It can, but the market is just so bearish this morning. Similar to Friday, it's hard to actually expect big bounces. But if this next handle opens within this selling wick, I'm thinking we can go for a small short squeeze. I'm just gonna have to time my short entry. Looks like he's actually flipping weak. Maybe. We will see. And for all you guys that are in the YouTube, I did say that these live streams are coming to an end here. It's probably the last week that I'm going to be trading the second hour. Uh, I just need to complete my back testing first, which should be done. I'm thinking it's going to be done by tomorrow. This is a beautiful bounce, almost like we called it. We did call this bounce beautifully. It took that long trade. It did end up getting a very nice candle close. I did scalp it. It's not really the bounce I'm looking for though, man. It's like I can give shorts a try on NQ. I really can. You know, but it's like, yeah, I could give shorts a try on NQ. If we come down though, and it would have a very tight stop loss. Because it's just weaker. The problem is ES did not make a higher high, which I really wanted it to do. It did not do that. So, but at the same time, ES longs still aren't terrible. Uh, the thing is, you want to enter like on the way up rather than after a reversal candle, especially in this market. We'll see if this candle closes bearish. I may take a stab at shorts, but I'm seeing an inverse head and shoulders on ES, so I'm still it's very conflicting right now. Nice candle on NQ. I think we go for a bounce here. Let's see how this candle closes. And then the neckline for this inverse head and shoulders is here. And then blue line would be your PT. It is not closing like it's going to go up though. See, is it going to get its buying wick back? No, it's a bearish candle open too. Maybe the inverse head shoulders won't play out. That is bearish for new low of day. Yeah, I gonna have to hop in shorts here. Now, granted, I'm not letting the candle close, but it's like I'm operating with such tight margins here. We're so close to new low of day that I just kind of said screw it. So that's my fill. Really, really tight stop loss. Wow, did ES flip weaker than? Ooh, ES did flip weaker than NQ. Maybe I should have taken ES instead. It did. Yep, that is a bullish sweep. Looks like I'm gonna stop out. And then I guess you can try for longs again if it breaks over the 20 SMA, but I'd rather not because now in QS3 higher lows. Like what levels, Nadir? Because there's pretty much most of the time no SPY or KQQ levels that, unless they're like perfect triple tops or bottoms or whatnot, that aren't shown on ES. By the way, you mentorship people, I'm gonna DM you guys tomorrow, and it is closed. No one else is allowed in. So if I haven't talked to you, unless you've been an active member of Aurora and you were in last year's mentorship, maybe I could slide you in, but otherwise, no, I'm not taking anyone else. So everyone that I've already talked to, I'm gonna be DMing all you guys tomorrow to get set up for that. That way, by March 1st, we're ready to go. Kind of looks like it wants to squeeze to the upside. I don't know how far. but it kind of looks like it does. NQ is a decent. It's looking like NQ wants to be stronger than ES. This isn't quite a perfect trend line underneath NQ. I really wish I was in ES right now, because if I were in ES, I would have. I mean, it would be green. I'd be in roughly like right here ish. My average is actually a little bit. It's one tick higher. Didn't get the greatest fill in the world. You could move your stop loss extremely close. I think it's pretty likely that if it gets it here, it's going to continue. Um, but I need it to make a lower low before I do that. You can if you want though. It's not a bad deal at all. It just sucks that now, for the first time in forever, really, NQ is stronger than ES. But that's just the second hour crap that happens. If you guys looked at the back testing, the second hour is just not. The only reason why I'm profitable trading the second hour is because I cheat to do it. Like, I'll sneak in during the first hour, stay after. It's just not. But if I'm just exact same strategy as I trade in the mornings, it's just simply not profitable anymore. What do you guys mean by ES? What does NQ and ES mean? NASDAQ and S&P 500 is the ticker. I'm not liking this trade anymore, guys. Not gonna lie. I really don't like it. I mean, it's such a tight stop loss, I'll leave it, but NQ stronger than ES. Put in another reversal candle. It's a falling wedge. I don't think it's gonna get there. I'd be very surprised if it does. Like, really, we're just gonna chop all the way down without any significant bounces to this level. I don't really think so. And man, it sucks that NQ flips so much stronger. I'm getting scammed already. Typical second hour crap. But if you took ES, you're doing much better. Looks like NQ looks good for a break to the upside. ES is a potential morning doji star. That could help that. But here's the falling wedge on NQ. It's not bad to sell at break even at all. I can't though. It's just simply too close to PT. But you guys can sell at break even if you want. Not bad. The thing is though, for me, it's like we've been chopping down this entire time. It's too close to PT to where now it's too big of a risk. If I stop out at break even, I'm just one red candle away from thinking it's going to hit PT. So that's why I can. That was a bullish candle open though. On NQ at least, not on ES. And it did finish as a bullish candle. So there's my stop loss. Took a very small loss there. But falling wedge played out flawlessly. And if we come back down, I'll try it again, but I'll try it on ES instead. Think you'll flip times. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Teb. I may just go a week without alerting options or futures so I can test it out. But just second hour isn't profitable. It's a very bad time to trade. I need NQ to get so much higher. These bounces are way too small. I can't put together any good trades if we're just gonna chop down like this. Pretty bullish. That's a very nice bullish bounce. I think we're gonna get all the way up to where I wanted to initially. It's not bad for a scalp. It is not bad for a scalp at all. Not bad for a scalp. You can take it if you want. I'm gonna err on the side of not taking a ton of trades. But if this wick invalidates, NQ will look into there. Pretty easy to get a 1-to-1 risk reward out of it. But because I'm naturally bearish, I have to keep myself available to be able to be short. It looks like now ES is stronger than NQ, which is absolutely not a help at all. Or it's just catching back up to NQ. This is nice. Yeah, you could take longs here if you want. It's good. It's pretty much it's the same trade as NQ, but a little bit better. Not bad at all if you took that. I think it actually is a pretty decent chance hitting. Let's see if it does. And you know, with this pullback, it's still a potential inverse head and shoulders. That's the thing. So I'm honestly tempted to enter longs on this pullback. This if this red candle flips green, I'll personally take a chance on longs. I want to give this inverse head and shoulders a chance. It's not bad. Now if I stop out, I'm gonna have to go short. Yeah, I took it. So if I stop out, I'm gonna have to go short. So if you're not willing to take 2 losses in a row, don't do it. Average. Is this a perfect trend line as well? Yes, this is a perfect trend line on ES here. I do like that. It's not a very good candle open though. Pretty decent. You compare this to NQ, what would have happened if I took NQ? Be pretty much the same candle, the same average. It's just 28 ticks here. It's 100. Yeah, it's the same as going for this PT on NQ, it looks like. Yes, on that trend line again, let's see if how big of resistance it gets. I do not like, man, NQ. NQ's a rising wedge, heads up. It is a rising wedge with this little rejection here. You need one more green candle to rule that out, but at the moment it is a potential rising wedge. So knock on wood, but it is there. It did creep my stop loss up just a little bit. It's not going to make a difference. The way this candle's looking right now on NQ looks like this rising wedge wants to break to the downside. Yeah, this is looking a bit better though. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing the safety squint right now with this NQ rising wedge. There are just days when nothing works. Well, today was a phenomenal day to trade if you guys traded the first hour. Couldn't have been better. It really could not have been better. I guess a little bit more bouncing on the way down, like 1 or 2 extra would have technically been better, but it was still pretty good. Now, yes, looks like the weak one's really struggling with this trend line here. Wasn't really an inverse head and shoulders, but it was a great entry. Looks like NQ is going to get to PT first. If ES gets to PT, is a little bit more money though. So if they both hit, that's pretty cool. But ES is at a lot of liquidity right now. Yeah, this is a. If I were trading options or a bunch of contracts, I would be trimming right now. Just swept the high of 2 minor pivots. Glad this rising wedge didn't play out. It was scary. The way this candle opened on ES, these candles usually turn into shooting stars. Let's hope when it does, it hits PT first. There's PT I filled. We are green. I mean, my loss on NQ was, to be fair, the loss I took on NQ was only 50 ticks, which is very small. The loss was, yeah, it was literally $100, and that trade was a lot more. So green, which is rare for this time of day. By the way, you guys in YouTube, don't you guys haven't seen it yet? But the reason why I'm officially, it's finally time to really step away from the second hours because it's kind of been going downhill since November last year, just this time of day. And since my back testing, I mean, I posted it in chat. I'll go back to it right now. I just the first week of February, I'm gonna do every week, first, second, and third hour. So this is by trading the exact same way. Actually, wait, I can share it on YouTube. I'm gonna flip my screen over. If Moses movement validates, by the way, perfect PT. That was a beautiful PT. That's a bearish engulfing. That is a bearish liquidity sweep. If you want to enter for a reversal trade, you can. But for me, I'm gonna have to be in short if most of the movement validates. But because the second hour is so choppy, I feel like I'm gonna stop out of that trade. But that's a trade it's kind of a trade I have to take. Let me just set this up. I think ES is gonna be weaker. I think I'm gonna have to enter somewhere. I mean, ideally, I'd like to enter somewhere right down here, but this is fine. There you go. There's the trade. And on NQ as well. Ooh, NQ is better than ES. Well, I have a worse entry. Enter roughly right here. NQ is still a little bit better than ES. I'll take whichever's weaker, though. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, I'm going to flip my screen. I'll let you guys know if something cool happens. Change windows. Add this window. Oh, wait, I can add multiple windows. Okay. Oh, wait, it's showing both. Huh. Wait, if I stretch this out, let me see. Okay, cool. I'll just stretch this out. And then on YouTube, I'll keep it so you guys can kind of see both here. You guys can see ES. There you go. Now you can see Discord, and the thing is, YouTube quality isn't very good with how live we are. Wait, 1080. Yeah, switch the YouTube quality to 1080 if you're watching on YouTube. It's a lot better. All right, anyways, for those that didn't see, just sent some of the backtesting results here. Okay, so I said this just hour 1 and hour 2 of the first week of this month. Did my best to trade as unbiased and evenly subjective during both hours, using the exact same kind of analysis, price target setting, and stop losses. While my live results may vary due to candle closures and coin flip decisions that may be mood based during real time, these results are very authentic. In this, you're going to see trades that have barely stopped out a break, barely stopped out. Swept my stop loss by the single tick and reversed right after. Me getting hornswoggled and stuff, you're going to see mistakes. You're going to see that. It's very authentic. But just trading primarily liquidity analysis, just general, basically me trying to make money is really all it is. The first week, sorry, this is both during the first week. First hour results, ES plus 143 ticks and NQ plus 599 ticks. Now, if you're trading full size, or most of you guys are trading half size, which is 5 NQ micros and 1 ES mini. If you are trading that, 1 ES mini, 5 NQ micros, remember your ES positions should always be double your NQ positions, times 143 plus 2.5 times 599. You're up $3,300 that week, which makes sense. That used to be the normal kind of week for me trading futures, right? And here are the kind of trades. Flawless on ES, flawless on NQ. These are the kind of trades that you see in my options trading. Just the exact same kind of stuff. Just liquidity analysis, bullish, bearish consolidation, and some supply and demand. Next day, stopped out on ES, took one trade, green to red, barely stopped me out, then reversed. By the way, I'm only allowed to take trades within the hour. If the trade goes past the hour, that's fine. But then I hit 2 for 1 on NQ. Won this trade, lost this trade, barely, it's really hard to see. Barely swept my stop loss here. And then long again. So that was a medium day. This was a green day, very green day. And this trade went on forever. NQ, again, barely hit stop loss. Barely stopped out. I stopped out, took 4 trades on NQ, 3 stopped out, right? Just normal stuff, not cheating, not doing anything. Stopped out on ES, stopped out on NQ, had 2 green trades though. Just better, and it's not like it's crazy win rate, not 100% win, not even close. I think it's like 65, 70% win rate, maybe, during the first hour. And yet if you're trading half size, up $3,300. The second hour, though, is so drastically different, it makes me literally not want to, it was very hard to stomach. And I've been getting, I wouldn't say depressed is the right word, but just oh shit, I got to stream live again during the second hour. It's just been so shitty, right? But now that I'm actually starting to backtest it this way, and I haven't done it because I thought it was temporary, it's really hard to stomach the results because it's almost the dead opposite. Granted, I'm losing less than I make in the first hour, but the second hour just simply doesn't. It's trading the exact same way I trade in the first hour, just simply isn't profitable. You're not getting pivots that swept. I don't know if it's because there's more indecisiveness in the market. But by the way, look at price action on TradingView right now. This is the second hour. Look, you can't make this up. The first hour, second hour starts here. Chop. It's bullshit. It's a pain in the ass. I absolutely despise trading this hour, and I feel like I'm wasting so much time and potential doing it. It's the exact opposite. Minus 108 ticks and minus 369 ticks. Red weeks for me used to be so rare, genuinely so rare. Even a red day used to be so rare. During most of last year, just trading the second and third hours, just like the first hour. Out of 2 months, I might have a red week, maybe. It's just so rare. And each week wouldn't average more than one red day a week. But now it's like 50-50, and the only reason it's 50-50 now to where yeah, I technically am so profitable during the second hour, it's only because I'm cheating. Like like I said, getting in early on the first hour, avoiding more trades during the second hour. And like just doing things that aren't really, mechanical, if you will. Um, so it's a huge pain, but here's the reason why I'm stressed is because the only time, every single time I've ever traded options and futures at the same time, I've blown 20 PA accounts over and over and over. Like I've genuinely tried, but it's trading both at the same time separates my attention too much. And if I miss a stop loss on options or whatever, I prioritize. Like it's hard for me to evenly prioritize futures. It might be possible if I stop alerting options. I'm not quite willing to do that yet. But the reason I try so hard to make the futures during the second hour work is because I'm able to do it. It fits with everyone's schedule. It's nice. It's easy. But unfortunately, price action has taken a turn over the last few months, and it's just not a profitable time to trade anymore, unfortunately. So I don't know what the solution is yet. All I know right now is I'm going to finish the back testing for the first, second, and third hour results. I really fantasize over the idea of just trading for an hour in the morning, then see you later, I'm out, and getting paid way more to do it on top of it. Um, but unfortunately, having this Discord server and alerting and whatnot really crushes that possibility, which makes it tempted to say, you know what, I'm just going to trade by myself and not alert options or do anything anymore. But not really willing to do that either. So I don't know what the solution is yet, but it's the back testing, the statistical backing of the second hour is now gone. Like it's not the way I trade the first hour isn't profitable, and I make such good money trading the first hour. I'm unwilling to change the way I trade just for the second hour. It's stupid. So I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. All you guys on YouTube are updated. Yeah, those SPX puts were very good. So we have broken into the upside. Good green trade. I don't know when we're going to come back down, but I am very bearish, especially because during this drop, look how close we got to low of day. Like if we come back down, I'm bearish. Like it'll look pretty good. I'll delete this trend line for now, and honestly, I'm just going to hang out on my phone. I'm not willing to go long. I want this. I want this BT on NQ. Yeah, I really got nothing at the moment. Well, I'm going to hang out on my phone until this drops. Or if we come all the way back up and do something like this, then I can enter long for a cup and handle to this high. Aside from that, though, I got absolutely nothing I can do at the moment. So I'm gonna hang out on my phone until something happens. And Christian, I'm trading futures. That looks pretty damn good. It looks like ES is going to take out that high there. Here's the Here's I. Well, it just put in a huge selling wick as I say that. But I believe this pullback is probably going to be temporary. I'm looking at longs depending on how it pulls back. ES didn't pull back nearly as much as NQ did. ES is an okay long, but it's too close to PT for me. NQ did miss this high though. So if NQ can manage to drag ES down, it'll be a pretty good long. But NQ is too weak and ES is just too close to PT and too strong. So still going to sit on the sidelines. If you want to scalp longs, you can. It's just a little too close to PT for me. There you go. It's Nah, you could take it. It's not bad. But here's the 1-to-1 risk to reward. It's like it's just way, way, way too close for me. Not worth it because the thing is, if I stop out of this, I'm just gonna get right back in if it comes up. So you can if you want to scalp it. It looks like it's gonna get there, but it just doesn't make sense. I don't take these trades usually. It's just too close. I want to see if NQ actually gets this high. I think it can. This all the way up here. I know with pretty decent certainty that it's has a very, very high chance of at least getting this first blue line. I don't know what's going to do when it gets the others. Or it just depends on how ES reacts with this top one. I feel like it may sweep because we already did get a huge wick at a volume spike as we closed in on it. I'm not really expecting a big break of this. I think it's more likely to either sweep and go down or just kind of chop upwards. I'm not expecting any momentum when it touches this. ES is almost there. Is NQ going to go for it too? NQ is going for it. Type in chat if you guys caught that long. That's a pretty good one. That was pretty good if you got it. Very good, TA. NQ's barely missed that high. I'm bullish for it to get there. Keep in mind, I don't know when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen today, but next time we come, let's say, I'd say if we dump at any point, we dump below 21,500 on NQ, looks fantastic to drop all the way down. But it looks like we're actually short squeezing. Looks like I was incorrect. We did actually short squeeze through that. So, by the way, I didn't really see any fundamentals on why and how we dropped this morning. I know that Goldman Sachs something was panic selling something. But we even validated a majority of the drop. So technically, I'm bullish for it to go all the way back up, technically speaking. It's big technically, but that's a 3 white soldiers on NQ. Looks like it's good to go to VWAP. On NQ at least. Oh, wait. NQ got huge volume on that candle. I did not see that. That's an indication of a reversal. I think it's at least going to make a higher high first. But that is technically a reversal indication. That's at 50%. Did we hit the 61A by any chance? No. There's a reversal off this volume. I'm not thinking this reversal is going to last, though. This is why I have supply and demand turned off. It is just so bright on NQ. Not gonna lie, a dip buy looks pretty good here. Dip buy would have been great. This is now bullish consolidation on NQ. Still thinking it's bullish VWAP. And the VWAP on my chart is the dotted yellow line. ES is already above it. Especially with the way it's consolidating right now. That's pretty bullish. I took a small long to just see what happens. I'm pretty light size though. May or may not have accidentally broke my 10-second rule, and it got a selling wick right after I filled. Or kind of during my fill, at least my average is, where is it? Right here. It's not bad to go 1-to-1 off of. Should have been ES though, damn. It really should have been ES. Do not take NQ. Take ES instead if you're bullish. They looked about even on the candle that I filled, but this candle is way worse for NQ. Still bullish consolidation, even if it goes down. It just has to go down. Once it gets to my stop loss, it's pretty much no longer bullish consolidation. That's why I put it there. Ew, NQ is not moving a muscle. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Looks really good for ES because NQ still at least is probably going to make a higher high, but not a fan of NQ's movement right now. Looks like trash. Honestly, my stop loss at break even. I don't like it. NQ's way too weak. It's not moving the way I want it to. With it being this weak, and it like this candle did have reversal volume. With the way NQ barely got above it, it just doesn't look good at all. It really doesn't. I did stop at a break even there. Yeah, not a fan. It's just too weak. Not a fan of that. In fact, NQ is actually a decent reversal trade all the way to this low here off that candle. Don't know if it's actually going to get there because ES still seems bullish, especially with this buying wick. But that is another potential reversal candle on ES, so I'm favoring NQ to sweep this low. But if NQ closes as a bull hammer, for those of you that are still in that long, you might still have a chance. I just do not like it at all. So much red flags with it. It is not closing with a bull hammer at all in the slightest. If you took that reversal trade, you can move your stop loss to break even. The way this candle opened, it looks like it's going to try to take out your break even stop loss, but if you took it, I mean, this was the original trade idea. Just very small scalps. Is NQ stronger than ES now? It looks like NQ may be stronger than ES now. Yeah, it looks like now it's ES that's dragging NQ down. Yeah, guys, not really seeing anything I like. NQ is trying to bounce right before it would have got to my hypothetical PT. I still think it's okay to get there, but I don't know. You know, this uptrend's a very strong uptrend. We'll see. It depends on how it reacts with it. You know, if it misses this low, then I'm not going to be very bullish if it bounces. If it sweeps this low bullishly, I think it's going to look very good back to the high. No, that looks pretty decent to go back up. That's fairly bullish there. Let's see how this candle closes, but I think NQ is going to take out that high again. Or maybe not if it holds this massive selling wick. Honestly, this is what I'd say call a bullish selling wick. Um, I think it's going to be a good dip buy if it gets down to here. It looks like NQ is going to try to get down to roughly this fib here. I think it's a decent dip buy there. Well, on ES because ES is stronger. NQ got to PT, by the way, if you took that reversal trade. I like ES longs on this candle. Just trying to delay my entry as much as possible to see if it's going to take out this buying wick. It did take out the buying wick. That might be bearish now. It might be. Well, you gotta see how the candle closes. If it closes with a buying wick, I still think it's a good dip buy, but that might be it. That might be it. We may head back to the new low of day. I could see it. I can see it potentially going all the way back down. Is it really going to do it though? I don't know. It could just pull back to the 38.2% bounce, but that first really bearish candle, that was pretty bearish, so looks like we could fall a decent amount further. I'm gonna hang out on my phone and see what happens, see if there's another trade I can take. If not, I'll just take the green day and leave. Like I said, I'm not very motivated to trade during this time of day anymore. We didn't even get to the 38.2% before we started bouncing. Um, if we bounce to this white line and don't immediately get a selling wick right back down, I don't think it's actually bearish. I think that was just, I think a lot of bears got hornswoggled into shorts there. And now it's squeeze time. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. That's 100% not only what I'm thinking, but I'm almost knowing. Because, I mean, I thought that selling wick was a bullish selling wick. It looked to me like it was, and, it turned out not to be, but now it makes sense. See if we get back up to the high. Looks like it's going to get that high very easily. Oh my gosh, NQ is squeezing so hard right now. Oh my gosh, that is so bullish. Did anyone take longs for the scalp there on the way back up when it invalidated most of that drop? Type in chat. That wasn't bad. But it's again, guys. I'm not going to be trading much during the second hour. I'm going to release my final results of the back testing tomorrow. They should be done, and we're gonna have to figure out what I'm going to do. I may just pivot because at this point, it's actually costing me thousands of dollars every single day and week by only trading futures during this time. It's just again the reason why I'm so reluctant is if I decide to trade futures and options at the same time, I don't want to kill my options gains by bad psychology or messing up or stressed out or whatever it is. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, it's just simply too expensive to trade during this time. I may just resort to testing out a week of not alerting my options in a channel and just trading live. You're not going to see my thinkorswim, but you'll pretty much know when I'm in and out of trades, and you'll see the futures trades that will pretty close to match the options trades. I may have to test that out, but I'm gonna have to test some stuff out because I'm so profitable during the first hour, and over the long run, kind of barely scraping by during the second hour. It's like I would much rather only trade the first hour if I could. Price action's moving though. I mean, that's another short trade there. Back down to this low. Is it really going to get all the way down there? I don't know, but technically it is. I mean, you just swept the high and validated most of the balance. If this candle closes roughly here, that's a short trade. But I don't think so. I think it's NQ. I think we may just keep squeezing up. I don't know. We bounce up high enough now to where I'm not that bearish for a new low of day. I think we're just going to stay somewhere within this range for the rest of the day. And again, I don't really know the catalyst for this drop at all. I'll hang out for a little bit longer, see what happens. That was a really nice buying wick on NQ. I'm kind of thinking we're just going to trend to the upside. I said my PT on NQ was VWAP, and it pretty much got there. Next, the PT would be reasonably the 61.8 fib. That's the PT for this entire thing. It would be the 61.8 fib. Now, I don't know, because you could take the fib from here, or you could just go much closer to here. And it did hit the 61.8, so I wouldn't go long at the moment. I don't know which fib is better just yet. I think this one's this one's better. So it's not at the 61.8 yet. Looks like it'll get there. Watch for a potential huge reversal there, but that's just the fib rules playing out. When you break above the 38.2%, we rejected it flawlessly here, broke above it here. Your PT is a 61.8, and I did scalp a decent bit on the way up. And hell, it even looks great again for a scalp, but on NQ instead. NQ longs look great here. Like invalidated that selling wick beautifully. Had a nice pullback, and even the pullback candle closed very nice. However, NQ 61.8 is nowhere near. So honestly, if I wanted it long, I'd just be in NQ longs roughly here and just sell when ES gets to 61.8. Trade would look something like this if I wanted to take it, but with NQ at VWAP, ES is too close to PT. I wouldn't take it. I would need something bigger, more consolidation, something more here. I'm going to hang out for just a couple more minutes to see if ES gets to 61.8 while I'm here. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a day. It's a green day, so, I'm not very green day on options. Options was fantastic, like actually fantastic. I'm so happy about it. Futures, it's also green day. Not happy with it because it could have been so much more green if I traded the first hour futures, so. But it is green by roughly roughly 2 trades. Trade and a half, 2 trades. Again, I only took one single loss, and it was a very small NQ loss here, and then I had 2 wins. NQ has flawlessly rejected the VWAP PT there. Couldn't have more perfect rejected it. I'm kind of seeing a rising wedge forming. I would be opposed to it. It's very steep though, and typically the steeper the rising wedge is, if we bounce here, it's the less likely it is to play out. Still thinking it's bullish to the 61.8, but I can't put together another trade. Like, you could just blindly enter here and hope it goes up, but it's within a rising wedge. Really, if I wanted to put together a really nice trade, it'd have to do 2 oscillations like this, and then it would be very nice. Even better would be if it swept all the way down here and then put in a low cup and handle and came back up, which I'm not really willing to wait for. I kind of just want to lock in my green day today. Couldn't have been a better morning. Was even better than Friday. Friday left so much gains on the table, but today I decided, you know what? Friday dropped so much, I'm going to leave a runner. And that runner got 470%. I only sold for like 320, I think, because of this candle right here that bounced. But I sold on this candle. Well, hopefully you guys did awesome this morning too. Yeah, it looks like bullish consolidation on ES actually. It looks like it's going to get there. especially if this candle goes a bit further. But all right, well, does anyone have any questions, comments, anything like that for me before I head off? If not, looks like it's actually going to get to the 61.8 like right around now. Looks like it's getting ready to break to the upside. Actually, I'll stick around and see if this happens here. And that last NQ red candle did get a big volume spike as well, indicating reversal. And it did get a buying wick, but the buying wick got a lower low, which is nice for a bounce. It's a bullish candle open. Doesn't look like anyone has any questions. Sweet. I'll stick around and see if this green candle gets invalidated. I'll hop out because it's probably at least going to take a few minutes, at minimum, a few minutes to get to PT. I'm not willing to wait for that. I still need to eat as well. Hope you just said, Nadir, I'm gonna keep streaming, but I'm gonna do it during the first hour. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I'm unwilling to trade this time of day. It's not Today was profitable, sure, um, but statistically speaking, it's not profitable enough for me to continue. I'm gonna try out some things. You know, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime this week, I may give it a try to where I'm not talking because I'm gonna be focusing because I'm trading options and futures at the same time. But to hold myself accountable, I'll have 2 TradingView screens up and I'll live stream my top TradingView screen and do literally tiny size, 2 ES micros and 1 NQ micro. And I'm not going to be talking or anything, but you guys can watch me trade futures as well during that first hour while I'm trading options. And I'm still going to be alerting my channel. We'll see how that goes. But I think that's what I'm going to try first. Type in chat if you guys would like to see, if you guys would enjoy that. There's no way I'm going to be able to talk, but if I share my screen live, not only are you going to be able to see the TA, the problem is here's the problem. ES and NQ is too big for the first hour. Like my full size for the first hour until there's at least a $6,000 buffer in my PA accounts would be 5 NQ micros and 1 ES mini. Well, while I'm testing, I'm only trading micros. The problem is I don't do my TA on MES and ES. I do it on NQ and ES, right? So you guys aren't going to see much of my TA, but I'd like you guys to see my TA. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might just share the MNQ and MES charts and see what happens. Which means I'm going to be maximizing my screen space. And actually, I do have 2 massive monitors, but I don't even know if that's enough. I think I can make it. I think I can sort my monitors in a way to work and work. I just need a lot of room for Thinkorswim because I have 4 options charts and 4 active traders going at all times. So we'll see. But I think that's what I'm going to try. Maybe later this week. Yeah, it's the same, Nadir. It's not so. Yeah, your options are going to decay more. It's more so just the analysis. The way I trade the first hour and analyze the first hour, the edge is significantly deteriorated during the second hour to where it's not much of an edge anymore. It used to not be that way, but it is that way now. And you got to adapt and evolve with the markets. It's just what you got to do. So we'll have to see. But I think I'm gonna try out the streaming my futures trading while trading and alerting my options during the first hour. We'll see how I do. But all All right, we did not break to the upside yet and get the 61.8 fib. I'm still bullish for it to get there, but like I said, I can't put together a good long trade. It's too close to PT. It's going to need to oscillate. Maybe here it could be okay. But all right, well, good luck if you guys continue trading. Congrats on the green today if you're green. I am green as well, so I'm happy. Still, just the future stuff is stressful because I got to figure out a solution, and none of the solutions are convenient. Unfortunately, I'm not willing to trade later in the day. I got a life, I got stuff going on, especially with the mentorship going on, and I'm just concerned about trading options and futures at the same time because of my past experiences with it. But if I'm streaming it, it's gonna hold me more accountable, especially if you see the trades on my trading view. So we'll see. I'll figure out a solution. We'll test some stuff. We'll do some testing over the next week, 2 weeks, figure out what works, and then we'll roll with that for the rest of the year. But all right, I'll see you guys later. Good luck if you continue trading, and feel free to reach out if you guys need anything.